But I really wanted to chat because I know a big thing for you is adding those personal touches to makeovers, and that's what really makes it someone's home.
Well, and photography is absolutely one of the best ways that you can literally personalize by putting the person in the space. And I love doing gallery walls because it really helps to highlight all of life's milestones and moments in one curated place. Think of it as like the sum of all parts, like a whole bunch of photos together to create one really beautiful installation. But what I love even more is curating that a little bit further by adding things in that aren't photos, that help to story tell in that room. For example, I asked Rebecca if she had anything that she would like included in the space as a connection to that first year with Carlo, and she gave me the sweetest little letter, which I have here. She wrote to Carlo when he was born.
Oh my God.
Like, it is just adorable. But she also gave me a bag of his baby clothes. So the background is one of his newborn onesies.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
And I didn't cut it. I just stretched it on a piece of cardboard so the onesie's still intact, and that just goes into the back of the shadow box. And then I just used some really beautiful pearl push pins to tack through the cardboard backing there. So I didn't even have to pin through the card. That's still in perfect condition. It just holds it as a really beautiful moment in their life that she created for her son.
I love that. That is so nice, right? I love the fact, I love this, and I love all of the things, the kind of DIY things we're going to do today, because it's such a perfect thing for Mother's Day, if anyone's still looking around.
That is very true.
Okay, what are we moving on to?
That's very true. So going with that whole concept of using the personalized letters, I even took a little personalized piece of my own, a little letter I had kicking around in a box. But then using that fabric concept, I wanted to take it a step further. So with the onesies, the baby onesies, I went even as far as to cut some little pieces out to create some framed art with the background being the onesie. But also, if you look at some of these pieces here, some of the kids' clothing is just so precious. Like this little, it looks like the hand-stitched element on here. So, you know, sometimes they get the peas and the carrot stains on them around. So you preserve the nice parts and just trim it up so this beautiful little onesie can become a little sentimental touch of artwork in your space as well.
And so easy.
So easy. And I also added some of my grandma's doilies, and I thought how beautiful to create a generational story, especially, can you imagine if you've got a picture of grandma holding the baby, even in the onesie that you can add onto the wall, just really connects all of that concept of family together.
That's so beautiful. What
really
a
beautiful.
thing. Okay, let's talk really quickly about this, because I am obsessed.
Well, of course you are. Because this is my all-time favorite recipe that my mom makes for me. I will take this over a birthday cake every year. It is her pineapple dessert. That's all we call it.
Love the name.
And I highlight every great celebration with this dessert. And so I wanted to add a special place to it. So not only did I hang it, but what I used is a vintage tea towel that I found to wrap the matting. And this is another great way to bring in all of those sentimental fabrics to, again, further the storytelling. So a tea towel, or in the case of what I'm going to show you, I had this old apron that my mom had that had some stains on it, cotton apron. She was going to throw it out, and I snatched it because I love the fabric.
A DIYer never throws anything out.
I throw nothing. The scraps of wood that I have, just in case, right? Just in case. So all you need to do is cut yourself a piece of fabric about an inch wider than your matting. You're going to score and just cut kind of slits in the center there so you can fold them back. We'll trim those up. Use a little bit of double-sided tape. And then a real great tip is to chamfer the edges. You can see kind of the angled edge there. And that just allows you to not have bulk at the corners to fit it back into your frame.
Cute. Okay.
Just a little bit of double-sided tape, and then all of a sudden that recipe is further highlighted with that apron.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you for putting that out.
That's so nice.
Isn't that nice?
That's such, again, it's those personal touches that you'll notice. People will be like, that's beautiful. And you're like, you don't even know how beautiful that is.
You don't even know. You don't even know the calories I've consumed. It's so important to me. Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. I love that. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about sweater art.
Sweater art.
I love this term.
Sweaters are just so huggable anyway. Any baby in a sweater, you just want to, give it a good squeeze.
And also I'm like, oh my gosh, you're in a little sweater. You look like a little businessman.
Exactly. So professional. So you're going to take that sweater once they've grown out of it, and again, if it's pilled or worn, like this one here got a lot of wear and love. It's very pilled, but you can turn this into art like I've done back here. And so I've just hand stitched. So I used a swaddle blanket as my background.
Cute.
And this is just wrapped on a dollar store canvas that I found. So swaddle blanket with the sweater, hand stitched. I have an example of it here. And you can see this is just on the canvas, and you can hand stitch right through the back of the canvas. It's really easy to do. I'm not a sewer, but this, any DIYer
I was going to say, anytime Leanne tells you to sew, you know it's an easy sew.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, that's really easy. So again, that's just the little like worn and tattered piece of the back of the sweater here. And then if you really want, you could just leave it flat. But I love, again, we want that huggable feel. I just added a little bit of stuffing inside there right before I finished the stitching. And now you get that three-dimensional, really cozy, sweet, huggable art.
Leanne, I got so many projects to do. I absolutely love this. Really beautiful job. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.